When the Belize territorial volunteers announced they would be heading an expedition to Sarstoon Island, there were concerns raised. This was because some weeks ago, there was an incident involving members of the Belize Coast Guard and their Guatemalan counterparts. For organizers Will Mejia and Orlando de la Fuente, it was important to take a stand. And so, despite not getting the cooperation of the security forces, the trip took place on Sunday. Reporter Hipólito Novello and cameraman Miles Gillett were a part of that journey.
Guatemalan gunboat behind me, other Guatemalan vessels around the area, but yet a group of Belizeans journeyed to the mouth of Sarstoon River to make a powerful statement. And that statement is to the Guatemalan government that Sarstoon Island is for Belize. Our journey started from Belize City. We drove to Barranco village early in the morning in order to meet the group of territorial volunteers for 9 a.m. A bus coming from Orange Rock Town brought more than 50 volunteers. Members of the Belize Coast Guard were at the pier speaking with Belizeans before leaving Barranco en route to Sarstoon Island. But before leaving, a Coast Guard officer briefed the group on safety.
We want to go through preventative measures for your safety. No overcrowding of the vessels. If the vessel can take 20, cooperate. I believe there is one vessel that will be making several trips. Yes, so everybody is here to support, we understand that, but we want to be safe at the same time.
From there, Belizeans embarked on the boat, put on life jackets and headed to a sandbar just north of Sarstoon Island off the coast of Belize. Hoisted high, the Belizean flags flapped in the air as the boats rushed through Belizean waters to the southernmost part of the country. Each boat had a new steam, and the trip took just a couple of minutes. When they arrived at the sandbar, the group disembarked off the boats and into knee-high Belizean waters. For their journey, it was only fair for them to be treated to some good old Belizean journey cakes. Some began taking photos with the Belizean flags, while others enjoyed the cooling waters of Belize.
Belizeans have a right, an absolute right, to travel in any part of our national territory, the 8,867 square miles, which includes this sandbar here and that island across there, known as Sarstoon Island.
I want to say to any Guatemalans who might be saying that the Sarstoon is for them.
The Sarstoon is not for them. It's for us Belizean, and we as a Belizean should stand up for our right and said, okay, this is ours, not theirs.
The border is defined. It's defined, and then it has been recognized from ever since. It's only now that they have noticed that our administration, our government is weak in defending the rights of the Belizean concerning this territorial dispute. So they're taking advantage. They want to scare us off.
It is very important for us to demonstrate even to our Belizean government that we are determined to take care of what belongs to us, and Belize belongs to the Belizean. So that is why I'm participating into this trip.
And just a distance away was a Guatemalan gunboat. But there was no fear, no nervousness, because the group knew they were in Belizean waters.
People say they're scared to come because they fear the Guatemalans. I see no threat.
There's a Guatemalan gunboat over that side.
Yeah, I see the Guatemalan gunboat, but as I said, I don't see no threat.
I'm not nervous, I'm not afraid, because I will say outward that I am a patriot and I'm willing to die for my country.
I am a Belizean and I am in Belizean territory. I am not walking into Guatemalan's water, so I think that our ministers in government have shown a very weak position on what they should be protecting for us as Belizean. And I think it's very important, and I am very proud of these people that are all here, the media people like yourself, and all these people around us that came, that had the courage to come and demonstrate that we are fighting for a good cause, that for the future our kids and our grandchildren will have something for them to come and enjoy. And that is why it is very important for us to be here.
And also there was Lisa Schumann, the PUP senator who represented the opposition leader Francis Fonseca. The government had criticized Schumann's participation, saying it was merely a political ploy.
Are you here as a senator or as a private citizen?
Both. I can't be destituted from my position as senator except by the Governor General, so I'm sorry to disappoint anybody who thinks I was stripped. I'm here fully clothed.
The government says that the Senate didn't give you any permission.
The Senate
to come
doesn't
as-
need to give me permission. I don't ask the Senate when I leave the country, and I certainly don't ask the Senate when I'm within the country.
Did you came here expecting that some sort of incident might happen?
Absolutely not. I thought that we would come and exactly what is happening would happen, which is that Belizeans would be here, we would enjoy the day, fellowship together, and travel back safely.
How would you respond to the government's statement that you participating in this journey is a political ploy?
I think that all citizens have a political role to play, and I'm no different from any citizen. So if we want to talk about politics, everybody who is here today is making a political statement. Belize es nuestro.
But on their way to the sandbar, NTV leader Orlando de la Fuente says that one of the boats was accosted by Guatemalan armed forces.
On our way here, when the 5 boats were coming, one of the boats overshot this beachhead and started entering the deep channel that separates Belize and Guatemala. Even though he was in Belize territory, the Guatemalan accosted them, stopped them and asked them to throw over the rope and asked them for papers for the document. Fortunately, my brother Giovanni de la Fuente said, no, we know they did that, we're still on the Belize side. And at that point they had noticed that they overshot the beachhead, and then they turned around and came back here. But the Guatemalan Navy, the Guatemalan Marines did take a note of that.
But that was nothing compared to what they will experience next. Reporting for Love News, Hipólito Novello.